So please, Emily.
The elderly population has been growing steadily in the United States over the past century. During the 20th century, as technology and lifestyles were changing, longevity increased, growing from an average life expectancy of 47 to 76 in 20, uh, 24,
2004, 2004.
2004. Most people were under the age of 50. However, generally, over the last few decades, the population has been aging dramatically. This change has affected every aspect of the society.
Very good. So first of all, any new words in here?
What is elderly?
Elderly population is people older than 65. Right? This is the elderly population. People over 65.
What is steadily?
Steadily is like in the same way. Wait a second. I cannot find it steadily, but I oh my God, this one. Steadily is in the same way, like this has been permanent. So when you have this grow, for example, this is steadily, like it's growing and growing and growing in the same way, right? When you have like something like this and then go, this is not steadily because it have up and downs, right? So steadily is in the same way. Any other new words? No? So now you have to identify when you have simple past.
Has been again,
Has been.
again.
Aging. Aging es envejeciendo. So age es edad, right? Oh, how old are you or what's your age? What's your age is not natural, but yeah, age es edad. But aging is a verb. Age is also a verb. Oh, now people say you have to age with dignity, like envejecer con dignidad, like age es envejecer. This is also a verb. So the population has been aging dramatically. La población ha estado envejeciendo. It means that there are many people who are very old, right? Younger generations are not, especially in developed countries. Population is because people are having less children, and then as a result, there are people that are getting older and older, but there are no younger people. That's why developed countries, they accept immigration, because it's a way to have people who work, young people to work in the industries. Any other questions about the meaning? Okay, now you have to identify the tenses. You have simple past. You also have past continuous or progressive is the same. You have present perfect. And you have present perfect, present perfect. Let me see what kind of present perfect, present perfect progressive, right? Present perfect progressive. Or past progressive also is like that. So could you please, Emily, identify, sorry, Ivana, can you identify what kind of tense is the first? Has been growing.
Present perfect progressive.
Very good. They identify something that has happened in the past, and you use this because the action is ongoing, right? The elderly population was growing in the past, and now it's growing also in the United States. And next for you, Dana. This tense and this tense for you, Dana.
We're changing and slowly increasing.
What is we're changing? The lifetimes we're changing. What tense is this?
That there was a change in her life.
No. You have to identify simple past, past continuous, present perfect, or present perfect progressive. So what is this? What?
Past continuous.
I cannot understand because your voice is very low. Set the volume a little bit up so I can hear you. Again, Dana, what is the tense? Dana, can you repeat?
It is past continuous.
Yes, don't doubt it. It is past continuous. And this one, Dana? This one, longevity increase.
It is simple past.
Simple past. For you, Emily, this and this.
And simple past and present progressive.
Very good. Difference? This is the simple past of the verb be. Right? Because this simple past, they have the auxiliary did for negative questions, for negative sentences, or for questions. And this is the past of the verb be, right? Which is different. It's wasn't or weren't. And this one, Emily.
Present progressive.
Present perfect progressive. Present perfect progressive. What is present progressive is I'm doing, you're walking, she's talking. The last one for you, Ivana.
Present perfect.
Present perfect. Very good. Right now here, we use, pay attention to this because then we have an exercise, right? And you have to identify. Present perfect progressive, you always say has or have been plus the progressive form of the verb. And it means that something that started in the past, continued till the present, but it's an action, ongoing action, right? Has been growing. They want to identify that this has been growing. You use simple past, past progressive or past continue to say estaba cambiando, estuvo cambiando, right? Just describe something in the past that is an action, right? Increase something that ended in the past, doesn't happen anymore, and have affected is present perfect. Present perfect and present perfect progressive are very similar and sometimes interchangeable. But when you use the present perfect progressive, you use a verb that let you see or let you picture the idea of something that it has been happening and still happening. Here there are some differences, right? Could you please, Emily, read this first part and the example?
The simple past is used to describe an action that was completed in the past. At last month's Global Population Conference, experts discussed aging and the world population.
We used discussed last month's global conference. The conference ended. Nothing else happened, just ended. Dana, please, past progressive.
Progressive with the simple past was interrupted by another action. They were sitting in the conference room when a surprise speaker arrived.
This is an action that was stopped by other action or that happened at the time that something happens. But very important, when you use these verbs in a progressive form, adverbs that allow you to imagine what is happening. They were sitting, like it's an action of sitting, and then the surprise speaker arrived. This part, please, Ivana.
Stative verbs be, feel, remember, understand can only be used in the simple form. I felt very honored to be invited to the conference.
So these verbs are not progressive. Progressive verbs allow you to think what's happening. Like, for example, you never say I'm wanting something. You always want something. I'm needing something. In Spanish, we say necesitando, but in English, you don't say it. Have, when it means possession, you never say I'm having a car. When have means experience, then it's progressive. I'm having a good time. I'm having fun. When have means eat, it's also progressive. I'm having lunch. Own, I own a company. You never say I'm owning a company. And then there are some exceptions. Sometimes remember, think could be progressive when you are thinking at the moment. You are thinking of something, right? Please, Emily, could you please read the present perfect, this part?
The present perfect is used to talk about things that happen at on specific time in the past, more than one time in the past. Most developed countries have made access to medical care a priority. They have focused on providing better services for the elderly.
Very good. Have made access to medical care a priority. Han hecho el acceso médico una prioridad. They have focused on providing better services. And please, Ivana, the last part.
The present perfect progressive puts a greater emphasis on a continued action. As a result of their efforts, the average age has risen gradually over the last century.
This sometimes is interchangeable. You can use two of them. So as a result of the efforts, the average age has been rising or has risen. But when you use the present perfect progressive, you want to emphasize this action because this action is still in progress, right? That's the only difference. So now we have the exercise. Number 1 is for Dana. Could you please read and then choose which one is better?
Scarlett, Dr. Dear Rubio, thank you for helping me with my research paper. My professor has assigned a report on the elderly population in Chicago.
Perfect. Has assigned. Very good. Number next for you, Emily, number 2 and 3.
You're welcome, Scarlett. Well, as you know, I moved to the city in the 1970s, and since then, I I have been working in the city with an organization called Elderly Matters.
Perfect. I moved in that time, ended. I've been working because he said since then, desde entonces, I've been working. He estado trabajando. Very good. Next, 14 is for you, Ivana.
What does the organization do? I mean, I was reading some of your material reads before I can hear, but I'd like to hear more about your work.
Very good. And this one is difficult because if you say I've been reading, you meant that you're going to continue reading this, right? Maybe I've been reading your book because the book is big. But she said, I was reading some of your materials right before I came here. So she was reading before the visit, before the talk. And now she said that she was reading. But if you say I've been reading, means that maybe a book, because book is big, right? And then you say, I've been reading your book. He estado leyendo tu libro. The person hasn't finished. But in this idea, maybe the person finished. I was just reading some of your material. Right now, tell me about your work. Dana, please, number 5.
I read all of that.
Yes, you have to read everything to have an idea.
Okay. Well, our philosophy is that the elderly need both physical and emotional care. So we've established a new program to introduce older people to our younger resident. It has been a big success.
Perfect. Now, please, you, Emily, number 6. Listen till here.
Let me give you an example of our work. One of the women we serve, her name is Edna O'Sullivan, is in her 90s. When she was younger, she was a nurse, so obviously she took care of others. Uh, that was her job.
Very good. She took care because when she was younger, she was a nurse. She's not a nurse anymore. Very good. Pronunciation of this word, women. Plural of woman, women. Okay, and the last part is for you, Ivana.
But now it's hard for her to accept the fact that she herself needs help. We make sure she gets food and medical care, of course, but it's not just that. She was crying the other day because he felt so lonely.
Very good. Now, question for you. What do you think about the elderly? When people reach an age like maybe 70, 80, or 90, what kind of care you think they need from the previous generations, or even from some governmental bodies, or from the healthcare system? So what's your opinion on that, Dana? As people get older, so for the elderly, what kind of special care the elderly needs? Remember, the elderly is all this group of people, right? That are already more than 75 or 70.
Well, I think they need like a people who really take care of them, because some of them maybe have problems with problems with health, or maybe with some part of their bodies.
Okay. What's your opinion on that, Ivana? What do you think? What kind of health? Let me stop